All right, we're starting another day using the tilt attachment, and the camera is level. Obviously our ground is not. And what is hard to tell is all this uphill part has a lot of runoff. And our main problem is this soil is very soft, so if it gets wet, it turns to mush. So what I'm gonna do, I did a little bit of experiment, but what I'm gonna do is use the tilt attachment and put a bit of a gully along this edge, so as the water comes down the hill, it'll catch in the gully, and then we can dump it off probably in a culvert eventually, but for the time being we'll just do a water bar where it can all collect and then run across. So this will be yet another experiment of trying to do a gully. I got a little bit of one started here, and I'm going to try and run it along here, and we'll see how that goes. I am definitely a rookie operator. I am learning, and one thing I've realized now doing this grading with the tilt attach, it's definitely easier if you set the grade for the road first. So kind of work on getting the grade level, then start to work on the ditch. And as you can see, I'm struggling. I can't quite see the teeth of the bucket and where it contacts the ground, so getting that set is a challenge when the road is also not quite in the condition it should be in. You may be wondering why not use a mini excavator to go through and dig a ditch along the side there. I don't have a mini excavator. This tilt plate attachment costs $3,500 and allows me to stay in a single machine and move both the earth for the flat part of the road, but also dig a ditch. And I found in putting in water bars on other parts of the road, it's just would be so much easier to just tilt and take a scoop, and you've got a little bit of pitch then set for your gully, and the water will drain hopefully where you want it to. So far for me, $3,000, $3,500 for the plate versus buying a mini excavator and switching between pieces of equipment and having yet another engine to maintain. For me at the moment, this is just the better solution. And I'll either rent a mini excavator, or I've got a friend who I can hire and pay him hourly to come out and run his machine and do some culvert work if I can't dig it deep enough with the bucket. I'm convinced that the hoses are crossed on the auxiliary hydraulics that control the tilt left and right. When I push the auxiliary switch in the cab, the bucket tilts in the opposite direction. I've gone through the manual, haven't noticed, I'll have to look at it much more closely. I haven't noticed where it says just switch the hoses if it's backwards, but I would think there wouldn't be any damage to the hydraulic cylinder just crossing the hoses over and getting it to go in the direction of the auxiliary switch for hydraulics. But before I do anything, I will definitely check to make sure it's safe. So you can see, hopefully saw, that we could get some grade in there. And hopefully this shows it a little bit better. So basically now the water should stay to this high side. This part of the road should stay dry. The water should come down here, and then at least initially now we'll just have a small water bar. It will erode, I know, but for now, temporarily, we'll let it flow back down, and that heads towards the creek. And eventually we'll probably have to put in a culvert. So far, pretty satisfied with the tilt attachment. But boy, I think the hoses are flip-flop, because when I press the button, it goes the opposite tilt that I think it should. So small changes, but overall, Kubota's doing great. Have a great day.